Hey, friendos, and Larson, along with the champ.
Yep, Adam Mayhem is here. How's it going, everybody? I bet you are hating this, but guess what? I don't care. I'm here.
Can you say it's time for Chit Chat with the champ?
Yes, it is time once again for Chit Chat with the champ.
Oh, I love that. That's great. I wore your shirt today.
Yeah, I see it. That's
I'm your
a clean
number
shirt.
one fan.
That's a
Adam
clean
Mayhem.
shirt.
It is.
That is clean.
I like.
I wore your shirt too.
Thank
see?
you, and
look, yeah.
You made a modification. Dare I say an improvement?
It's an improvement.
It's an improvement. Yes,
definitely an improvement.
Well, I'm happy you're here.
Yep.
Steve's gone. He's on his way back from Orlando currently, but we upgraded. We have the H champion Adam Mayhem joining us today to recap the week that was in wrestling.
Yep. This week I heard it was very interesting.
Yeah.
I was flying a lot this week, so I wasn't able to catch up on all this, but I did watch your show. So
thanks.
I am not completely out of the loop.
That means a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you, Adam.
Yeah. You're very welcome.
Thank you. All right, let's get on with our first entry. Number 10, Adam Mayhem defends the H title. So please, champ, give us a brief recap if you can.
Well, the first thing is right here. You see on my jacket, we have a new flag right there. I had a match. It was a triple threat match against Shiho and Bolo Fung. Bolo is from Battle Arts in Canada. So it was a really good match. They're both really good, different styles, all of it. And then the match sadly didn't come to a full conclusion. We had some outside interference, and so I had Shiho on a Dragon Sleeper. I was this close to winning, and then outside interference, man. But then we had a 6-man tag right then and there, holla holla. Mm-hmm. And 6-man tag, and then that was it. It was really fun. The crowd was hot. There was a lot of Americans there, which was kind of weird, but yeah, it was really good.
That's awesome. Really good. And most importantly,
yeah, it's still here.
This returned home.
Yeah, it's still here. I almost didn't return home. Good Lord, the women there, man. Beautiful women. So I almost didn't come. I was gonna just send you this over the mail, just be like, hey, bro, take care of that. But I came back.
Good. I'm happy you're here. I'm happy Adam Mayhem returned.
I came back.
So Steve's more worried about this.
Yeah.
I'm more worried about the man, not so much the championship.
Good job. Because here's the thing. The man makes the championship, not the championship the man.
Exactly.
There you go.
Took the words right out of my mouth. Well, congratulations, Adam Mayhem. I'm happy. Much. You're here. You're back home. You got another show coming up this weekend, right?
Yes, this weekend is Cactus League Wrestling in Arizona.
Is that Saturday?
That's Saturday, yes.
So today, the day this video goes up, Saturday.
Today, yeah.
Do you know who?
I'm here, but I'll be there.
Do you know who your opponent is?
I do, but I can't tell you. You will have to just watch.
How can we watch? Just be there?
I think they're gonna be on Fight TV and they have some stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to tune in then.
So I do know that apparently there's gonna be some stuff happening with a certain guy that has a lot of names.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. That's it.
Need to say no more.
Yeah. There you go.
Need to say no more.
Yep. But yeah, that's this Saturday, and then I think I have next week off, and then it's again. I was supposed to go next week to Florida for IWA Florida, but they canceled. So yeah, and then go back to everything. Best of the West.
Awesome.
California.
Defending this title all over the world. You need to do it on one more continent. It's officially a world title, right?
Yes, that is.
That's exciting. So any promoters out there.
According to old school rules, you need 3 continents.
Yeah.
In order for it to be a world championship. So I'm looking at you, Simon Miller.
Oh.
Wow. I want to do that.
I think that would be awesome.
Defiant in the UK.
Yeah.
Then it'll be a world title match.
Yeah.
And boom. Did you realize that I've had this title for about 10 weeks?
Mm-hmm.
It's more, give or take.
Yeah, since July 7th. I know the day.
Yeah, and I defended it more than Brock Lesnar.
I don't know how anybody could complain about you as champion.
And I've taken it more places than probably 90 or 95% of the championships in independent wrestling. And people still complain.
I don't get it.
Like,
I don't get it.
What do you want from me? What do you want from me?
You're a great representative for going in Raw. You're a great representative for the H title. You're defending the title all over the place, around the globe. What more can anybody ask for?
No.
I'm proud of you, Adam Mayhem. I couldn't be happier that you have that we have you as H champion.
People wanted Joey Ryan. People still want Walter. And you believe that? And here's the thing. They know the prize. If they want it so bad, just pony up the money.
It's true. It's simple economics in this point. It really is.
Just pony up, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what we're doing now.
And it's all great.
It's all
great.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Adam Mayhem, for being our H champion. Moving on, number 9, Impact recap. So I don't watch Impact. Did you watch Impact this week? You can say no. It's fine. I considered it. Here's the thing. I considered it for I try to be a professional. Mm-hmm. And so I considered watching Impact. However, I have family in town for the weekend. They arrived yesterday, so I couldn't watch Impact. I had my schedule free. I got Matt Chat done yesterday before I went home. So the possibility existed if I hadn't had family in town, I could have watched Impact. It was just I couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah,
I couldn't just go to another room. I couldn't do that.
There's just too much wrestling around, man.
That's true. With the Mixed Match Challenge coming back, there's even more now. You got to watch it on Facebook with all the little likes and smiley faces popping up. It's too much going on. Anyways, I do have a recap of what happened on Impact.
All right.
So the Lucha Brothers took on the Cult of Lee. Lucha Brothers went over.
Okay.
Which is great because Lucha Brothers are the best.
They're awesome.
They are awesome.
Who is Cult
You're
of
the
Lee?
best. I think it's Trevor Lee's thing.
And who else? And Cult of Personality?
Maybe.
Cult Cabana?
Cult, not cult. That would be interesting, though. Alicia Edwards beat Katarina.
There you go.
LAX defeated the Fraternity. LAX is great.
They're
amazing.
Fantastic. Didn't they kill a little kid? Or was it the other? It was the OG.
The OGs.
Okay.
Brian Cage defeated Congo Kong. Brian Cage, also great. And Austin Aries successfully defended the Impact World Championship, defeating Falaba.
So Brian Cage, here's the thing with Brian Cage. I like him a lot, but every time he gets into a locker room, like there's so little space after he's there. He's just huge.
He's humongous. He's a humongous man.
He's just crazy. Like every time he walks in, it's like, Cage, just walk away. Like we all need places to sit, and you're too big. Go away. But yeah, he's a great guy, and he's great in the ring.
Oh yeah.
He's one of the guys that I haven't worked yet, and I kind of want to do it. So, sure.
There you go.
Whatever.
Done.
Whatever.
A couple other little bits of Impact news. I mean, you're gonna. I'm confident, so you're gonna retain that.
Yeah.
So a couple bits of Impact news first. Sami Callihan, apparently he was on. I didn't write down what show it was. Called out. I think it was the Mirror Sports. Called out Chris Jericho. That's what he had to say. Okay. Chris Jericho, if you're listening to this, I'm calling your ass out. Whenever you're ready to do it, let's effing do this. Sami Callihan versus Jericho, 1-on-1. I know I want to see it. I know the people want to see it, and I know you want to see it. And recently, Jericho was on Busted Open Radio and talked about free agency and how much he likes it. And he was talking. He said, "There's a chance. If there's a chance, there's a match that's presented to me that's interesting, and if I'm free, sure, why not? I'm really kind of enjoying this free agency and realizing, why do I have to keep it in Japan? What if I want to do more stuff in the States and not really worrying about what anyone else thinks, Vince?" In WWE, when you work there, you have to go with whatever Vince McMahon wants to go with, and that's fine. When you work for Vince, that's just the way it is. But it's fun not to work for Vince right now. You know, Don Callis, Jericho, close, both from Winnipeg. Yeah. Do you think that a match between Sami Callihan and Chris Jericho could be facilitated in some way, that it could happen not on Jericho Cruise?
No, because there's a 6-man tag over there.
But on Impact Television. I still think it's a bit of a long shot, but the fact
I think it's a long shot because here's the thing. Jericho is a free agent, but is he really? Think about it. He works New Japan, and he worked All In, which was basically
kind of like a New Japan Ring of Honor co-show, kind of, yeah.
Is he really a free agent?
I guess he means free agent in the fact that he's not tied down to a long-term contract. I think
but
it's just an appearance deal.
Unless we see him on Impact, ROH, at Virgil
PWG.
Flame Productions.
Yes.
You know, unless
Yes.
we start seeing him everywhere, he's not a free agent. He basically works for New Japan.
Yeah.
If you kind of sort of.
No, I understand your point. Yeah.
So, is it possible? I believe it is.
Yeah.
Will it happen? It's a very long shot because even though he says that he is enjoying being a quote unquote free agent, I still don't think that he wants to piss off Vince that much. You
Yeah,
know?
I thought that too because he'd said as much. He'd said for a long time he wouldn't work the States because he's afraid of upsetting
And technically,
Vince.
he didn't work the state.
Yeah.
He attacked that All In.
Yeah.
And it was there to promote
The cruise. Yeah.
So technically, he hasn't. You know.
Yeah.
I think him going to Impact and actually having a match there against someone like Sami Callihan, who has been very vocal about his time in WWE, and like at that point, I think he would be closing the door on WWE.
Yeah.
Like right now, he's fine.
Oh,
maybe Vince got a little bit because he
Of
went
the
all
all-in
in
thing, yeah.
But it's not a big thing. But if he does get into that point and he goes into Impact and he does promos for Impact and he has a match there, like I think that would be crossing that line that he said he didn't want
Yes.
to cross.
Yes.
So
At that point, it'd probably ruffle Vince's feathers a bit.
way too much.
Yeah.
So is it possible? Yeah, because it's wrestling and everything in wrestling is possible. But it's a long shot.
Yeah, I think it
is.
is.
Very, very long shot.
I mean, I think it's slightly less of a long shot because he is softening on his stance about doing work in the States. Nonetheless, until we see it happening on a consistent basis, yeah, it's going to be a bit of a long shot.
And Impact is doing really, really well right now. And they sold out Bound for Glory already. So they kind of, sort of don't need that. You know, they're trying to have a good rapport with everybody right now. I don't think they want to go to war with Vince. So I don't think they will try to do it in the same sense. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think it's a little bit too much.
Yeah.
But hey, never say never.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like Jericho's enjoying doing whatever the heck he wants to do. Yep. Number 8.
8.
Neville could be coming back soon out of Mayhem. Are you excited about this? Do you want to take on Neville for the H title?
Give me Pac.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
That tweet did not go as expected, but hey.
Oh, no? Did you get some flack for that?
No, I didn't, but, you know, Ospreay did it, and he had like 47,000 million people hitting him back, and then I did it. It was like 30 likes. I was like, what does Will Ospreay have that I don't?
I don't know.
Like,
I don't know. Honestly, I don't. I don't know. Anyways, Dave Meltzer said in the latest Wrestling With Their newsletter, quote, regarding Neville, while he said nothing publicly and WB has told us that he is free and clear to work anywhere he wants, when he was contacted by promoters, he has said that he can't accept dates yet, but he will able to very soon, which sounds like a no-compete clause of some sort.
We were talking about this before we started rolling. I think this is all work.
Interesting.
I think he's going back to WWE.
Interesting.
I
Why?
think it's because... So, for the longest time, we were hearing that WWE had frozen his contract.
Yes.
And they weren't going to let him go because of all the issues and blah, 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 whatever happened. Then all of a sudden, 2 weeks before All In?
Yeah.
It pops out, they let him go.
Yeah.
Vince and WWE were trying to sign everybody that was supposed to be on All In just so All In didn't have as good of a show. Why would they let go of such a big name so close to the show and then allegedly not have a non-compete clause?
Yeah.
But then he doesn't appear, and then he's saying that he cannot accept bookings just yet.
Yeah.
Like, why not?
Yeah.
Usually WWE guys, once they get released, they will say, okay, so my date is at this time. And when a promoter calls them, because I've been there with certain people that have gotten let go, when they get this calls, they say, hey, I cannot do a show until this date. Do you have something for me? And at that point, they're already setting up their calendar. So how is it that he's saying, I can't yet, but very soon? It's too vague. It's too vague. And I'm thinking that this is just it's just a ruse. He's gonna come back
Interesting.
and not on 205 Live,
Yeah.
on the roster.
Yeah.
And this is the way for them to
Generate some buzz about it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
maybe even NXT.
See, I thought that'd be kind of neat too if he came back to NXT for whatever reason, because we've really seen somebody go to NXT from the main roster where it didn't feel like a demotion, you know? Because Zack Ryder got sent back to NXT. That was a demotion, pretty much.
Emma as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, who?
Emma.
Oh yeah. So it'd be interesting to see somebody from the main roster say, "I've been there. I don't want to be there. I want to be here because this is where the best wrestling in WWE is happening." And if you get enough people, whether they're in NXT currently or on the main roster, that take that approach, that's going to build NXT up. And especially if all the rumors are true about NXT moving over to Fox Sports 1, they're going to want to pad that roster with some more well-known names.
You want to hear a match that he could come in and create a huge buzz, and it would make the most sense in the world?
Well, one of them is him versus Ricochet.
Add someone else in there. Who is wrestling Ricochet next?
Oh, Pete Dunne.
UK title? North American title? Neville? Three-way? That's a main event
Yeah.
anywhere.
Yeah. Or even, I also thought maybe he just doesn't want to. And granted, this might seem like a more of a massive step down for him based on kind of the pecking order of main NXT and then these kind of sub NXTs they're starting to develop. If he just said, I'm tired of traveling all over the place, I'll wrestle for NXT UK.
Yeah, I mean,
that'd be a huge name, along with Pete Dunne, along with British Strong, along with Mustache Mountain, to build that territory.
And he already
around.
moved back there, so
Yeah.
he's there.
Yeah.
I mean, it works.
Yep.
And again, he's great. So
Oh,
those
he's
matches
awesome.
would just
Oh, heck yeah.
be something else. So yeah, so I'm thinking it's all a ruse.
Interesting. Well, we'll see how it plays out. 'Cause,
Yeah.
I mean, I have no idea right now. None. Number 7. Tommaso Ciampa is just the best.
He is.
He is just the best. The promo he cut on NXT this week, amazing. He's got new theme music. Have you heard it yet?
I have not.
It rocks a bit. It's got some orchestral stuff going on, so it's very cinematic.
Okay.
But it's got the melody is just sinister enough, so it's not too catchy.
Okay.
Because I wonder if they thought now is the time to ditch Chorus of Booze as his theme song.
Yeah.
And give him a proper theme, because it seems like they're at a pivot point where fans might
Start to appreciate.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so, as he said during his promo during the show, he said, "This music is me politely telling you all to shut up," which was great. His promo is awesome, fantastic. He's incredible.
And this was on your show, and you were talking about it, and I was like, the whole video game thing and the theory that he decided
didn't want to be in it.
to, like, if that's true,
It's brilliant.
he has one of the, if not the most perfect mind for wrestling. If he came up with that idea of, hey, I'm a heel, don't put me on that video game because people will hate the fact that, like,
Oh, I know, it's brilliant.
if he came up with it.
Yep. That's brilliant. I mean, same for the, we started coming out with that shirt of his, and people were tweeting him, "Hey, I really like that shirt. I'm gonna buy it." He's like, "No, no."
Like, if that's really a thing, like, if he's the one coming up with all this, and wow.
Yeah. Yep. He's got a really sharp mind for the business, it seems like, and he's great. He's great in the ring. He's great in the mic. He's just great. He carries that belt like it's the most important thing in the world to him.
Which is
how you're supposed to
how
do it.
You're supposed to do it.
Yep.
Not sling it over your shoulder.
Exactly.
I'm not taking I'm not taking a jab at anybody. Just saying.
All right. Anyways, along with Ciampa's awesome promo, had some other stuff happen on NXT. First match of the night saw Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch return, I think, to in-ring action after Lorcan recovered from his injury. They defeated Cesar Bononi and Adrian Jaud. Shayna Baszler destroyed Violet Payne in her NXT debut, It was brutal. She had her in that rear naked choke like 3 different times. It was pretty great. Mad, mean, extra mean Shayna is something else. Undisputed Era had an awesome promo, as usual.
So what else is new? Water is wet.
Sky is blue. Water is wet. Yes,
Gotcha.
exactly. A couple of choice lines. Roderick Strong said, War Raiders are trying to play hide and seek with us. Little do they know, I play hide and seek with my son, and I beat him every time. Bobby Fish says, anyways, we're too famous to hide. Kyle O'Reilly responds, says, yeah, I'm too famous to even go buy groceries. Oh, so good. They're so good.
Which is the thing. It's a thing. You can't go.
Like you can't go get dinner and stuff like that.
It
Things
happened,
we take for granted.
It happened to me. Have you seen how I have to travel now?
Yeah.
Have you seen it with the mask and the glasses and like?
I've seen on my bank statements how you have to travel now too.
Oh, it's fine. That's a whole nother. I'm not talking about that. I'm saying like what I have to wear on my face.
No, I understand that. You know, when you reach a certain level of fame,
Exactly.
you have to make extra arrangements for your own safety and privacy and stuff. And
See, you get
that comes at an expense, but I understand.
You get it.
Also, we had Lars Sullivan defeating Raul Mendoza in not a squash match. It wasn't super competitive, but they allowed Raul Mendoza to get some offense in and really play up the story of him taking advantage of his quickness to try to knock Lars Sullivan off his vertical base. End of the day, freak accident. Lars gets the win. William Regal still doing his investigation into who attacked Aleister Black. He was interviewing Kairi Sane. In walks Cassius Ohno, and William Regal says, I don't need to talk to you. Kairi Sane's already given me an alibi for you, so you're free to go. And Cassius Ohno took offense to that because it feeds into the story he's doing now, where he's bitter about new talents coming in, kind of leapfrogging him in line for high-profile matches. And there was extensive back and forth between him and Regal, and they made kind of some allusions to maybe Matt Riddle. Someone, I can't remember who, maybe Cassius Ohno called Regal bro, something like that. So we might be getting Cassius Ohno versus Matt Riddle in the near future.
Which would be fun.
Which would be great.
It's going to be fun.
The main event saw Bianca Belair.
Wait, before you go there. Who did it? Who did Aleister?
I still think it's Gargano.
Yeah.
His non-denial was pretty telling.
But then again, they're kind of playing this thing where Gargano is kind of having like an out-of-body...
Yeah.
He's just like not there.
Yeah, there's a tension going on within him to be Johnny Wrestling as we knew him, or it's the Star Wars thing. He's fallen prey to the dark side.
So do you think where do you think this is going?
Well, what I thought was going to happen before Aleister Black got injured was that during the course of the triple threat match, the last takeover, Gargano was going to be in a position where he had a choice between taking advantage of the situation for himself, maybe by being somewhat ruthless, or helping Aleister Black reclaim the title that Gargano cost him. That was like literally his two paths were going to be laid out before him and us watching it at TakeOver, and he was going to have to choose whether to go to the dark side completely and essentially turn to Ciampa 2.0, or redeem himself, correct the mistake he made, and help Aleister Black get that title back. That's what I thought was going to happen in the last TakeOver. I mean, Aleister Black got hurt. That didn't happen. And then we've seen them really play up this tension within Gargano. And it might have been too soon for him to help Aleister at the last TakeOver. But now by the time Aleister comes back, hopefully by the next TakeOver, by Survivor Series weekend, they will let this part of the story breathe a little bit. So when he's faced with that, they've already addressed the battle that's going on within him for a couple months. So when he's faced with these two paths, redemption or becoming an absolute jerk, when he chooses redemption, it'll make sense. It won't feel rushed.
You haven't seen Game of Thrones that
No,
much,
I've seen the first 2 seasons and that's it.
Okay, so I see him as Reek. So let me explain. This is how I see this is gonna play out. It's gonna be Gargano. Basically, Gargano is gonna become this shell of a man. He's gonna turn heel with with Chomp, and basically because Alistair, when he comes back, no one is gonna know still who did it. When he comes back, he's gonna get his shot at his
title,
at Champa, and that's when it's gonna come out that it was Gargano. But Gargano is going to be heel, but not there, right? He's gonna become the shell of a man. Champa is gonna keep being the heel that he is. He's just gonna keep riding Gargano, and then we're gonna have a moment, kind of, sort of like when Linda McMahon was comatose.
Yeah.
And she just got up and gave Vince the low blow.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get something like that where Gargano finally snaps out of it.
Yeah.
Maybe even we have Candice challenge Ciampa for the belt.
So I think that'd be great.
And then in that match, Ciampa is laying it on Candice, laying it. That's when Gargano comes to it. Boom. Who knows? I don't think it's going to happen, but maybe even Candice wins the belt. Or maybe it's after the match, and then that's when he gets that babyface pop, and he gets the title. Maybe even make that match a triple threat, where Gargano is comatose, Ciampa is laying onto Candice, then he snaps out of it, boom, 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 and then that's when he wins the belt. At that,
could be.
I think that's how they're gonna play it, because there's no one else that would make sense to have done what they did to Alistair.
Yeah.
So I think that's where they're going with it. Because weirdly enough, Candice has been very quiet.
Yeah, she removed herself from the whole Gargano Ciampa business a while ago and had one match against Shayna Baszler. We haven't seen her since.
Which is weird, because ever since everything started, she has been there.
Yeah.
Commenting and doing this and doing that, and then all of a sudden she's like,
yeah.
So I think that's where they're going.
Maybe.
We'll see.
I don't know. Main event: Bianca Belair versus Nikki Cross ended in double countout after Bianca Belair did a backdrop with Nikki on her back, sleeper, onto the bottom of the ramp. Looked like a pretty stiff spot.
What's going on with Nikki Cross?
I don't know. I don't know why she's in this kind of limbo between what should be a main roster call-up and still being in NXT.
She was on that whole women's thing.
It's true. She was on the stage, yeah. Why isn't she on SmackDown with the rest of Sandy? I don't know. So what I was saying on the recap for this is hopefully this will be a great first real protracted feud, for protracted in NXT terms, so a month or so, for Bianca Belair, and get her some good momentum after, kind of being involved in a series of relatively impressive but meaningless matches from a storyline perspective. She goes over Nikki Cross, and this Nikki's send off from NXT. So by
but like a year too late.
No, I know.
Like, what the hell are they doing with her?
I don't know.
Like, I'm like,
I don't know. Maybe they worry about the depth at the top of the NXT Women's division beyond Baszler and Kairi Sane. But you have Candice LeRae right there. You're doing nothing.
They have Candice LeRae.
They have Dakota Kai. They have Lacey Evans, who's improved quite a bit.
They have Purrazzo now, who's really good.
Yeah.
They have, who else do they have? They have Io.
Yeah.
Io Shirai.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, she's not
made their hair. Yeah. She has to get through Mae Young Classic. Yeah.
You have Toni Storm.
I know.
You have freaking, who allegedly are not that great yet, but Jessamine Duke, and who you can just have there as Baszler's friends. You know what? You have people.
I know.
You have Jessie. Jessie's really good. I've seen her work. She does really good work. You have Lacey as well. Like you don't need Nikki Cross there.
I know.
You don't need her at all.
I know. It's confusing.
Hell, I'm like, every time I see Nikki Cross, I'm like, why?
Yeah.
Just let her go.
I know. Let her get moved up.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. Let's just
next.
keep moving. I'm just.
You're flushed. About
to
We'll move on to 205 Live. Number 6.
Okay. 6.
Can Drew McIntyre, Drew Gulak become cruiserweight champ? Yay or nay? Is he going to win the title next week?
I like your theory.
Oh, thank you.
With the Australia thing.
Still on the whiteboard. Still on the whiteboard there.
So I like it.
In short, here it's this. Cedric takes on Drew next week on 205 Live. Drew is a heel. Buddy Murphy has a match for the Cruiserweight title at Super Showdown. He's going to get a face pop. So if you make Drew new champion to take on Buddy at Super Showdown, you're not going to have the baby face versus hometown baby face reaction where he's going to get cheered, even though they want Cedric to be top guy and want everybody to cheer him. So have an intermediary, more or less, have Drew win that title, take on Buddy Murphy in Australia, and then if they want to get the belt back on anybody else after that specifically, do that at Survivor Series.
That's the one thing I kind of sort of don't like is the what to do after.
Yeah.
Because
I thought of the idea up until Super Showdown. I didn't think of it.
No, I know. I'm just thinking because if you're gonna have Gulak be a transitional champion, because that is literally the definition of a transitional champion.
I don't necessarily know if it means Buddy Murphy has to win in Australia, although if they're going to have, the hometown guy have the match.
Is Super Showdown before or after Evolution?
Before. Because here's what I thought. Buddy Murphy's taking on the Cruiserweight champ, now Cedric, and I believe the Iconics are taking on Naomi and Asuka. At some point, I think it's that Super Showdown, but I could be wrong.
No, I think you're right.
I'd be really surprised if they won that match because Asuka needs to win every match she's in now just to build some sort of momentum.
I think they're turning her.
Maybe.
I think they're turning her against Naomi.
So if they want, someone from Australia to win a match, it makes sense for it to be Buddy Murphy.
Then again, Vince has this thing about hometown.
I know.
Which is weird because in Puerto Rico it was the same thing. Carlos believed the same thing.
That's interesting.
If you are in your hometown, like you will always gonna lose.
To get heat on the heel, right? Is that the idea?
I
mean, I get that to a degree, but here's the thing: you have a moment like Hell in the Cell a couple years back. You have Sasha and Charlotte in the cell in the main event. The moment if Sasha had won that belt, the roof would have exploded off that building in a way that you rarely see. And the coverage that could have got that moment would have been massive. But instead, just sticking to the kind of archaic mindset that Vince has, didn't happen, which is a bummer.
But yeah, I mean, I like that story, but I think if they do that, then just keep the belt on Murphy until at least Rumble. Just keep it on him. Because if you switch it again, it's going to be like,
I know. Keep it on Murphy.
Two transitional champions.
Have Mustafa Ali take it off him at the Rumble.
Yeah.
Because their feud's been great so far, and it's been, spanning several months. Run down the show. Buddy Murphy, speaking of him, defeated Grand Metalik in an awesome match with Murphy's Law. Also speaking of Mustafa Ali, he is back in action. He took on Michael Thompson, and Hideo Itami dropped a promo at the top of the ramp before his match, was out there kind of distracting Mustafa Ali, but Mustafa Ali, he won. It was fine. Main event, tag match, Drew Gulak's his finisher. I can't talk right now. And Jack Gallagher defeated Akira Tozawa and Cedric Alexander after Tozawa was forced to tap to the Gulak. Drew Gulak plays a really great bully and a really great mean guy. The way he's bullied his way into getting another title shot has been really good. A really effective use of his immense talents.
He's really good.
He is good. He's awesome. Number 5. New Japan time. We got Destruction in Hiroshima this weekend. Omega versus Ishii for the IWGP Heavyweight title. Who do you got? Yeah, I know it's Kenny Omega. It's going to be an awesome match, though.
Yeah.
Those guys, I remember being there for the first batch of Long Beach shows, for the main event for the U.S. title tournament. And Steve and I were second row right when that spot happened. Oh, man. Ishii landed like right in the floor next to us. I don't know. Those guys put themselves through so much.
Yeah.
That should be a stellar match.
Yeah.
That's Saturday night. And then Destruction in Beppu be Monday local time, and I guess late Sunday night, early Monday morning here in the States. You got Hiroki Goto and Taichi in his tearaway pants for the never open weight title. Taichi entertained me.
He's just weird.
He's weird and it's all entertaining. He's got
weird.
Like his gimmick is so many different things. It's kind of mashed together.
What?
He's got the singing thing, and he's got the tearaway pants and the ring
Phantom
mallet.
Of the Opera.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Yeah,
but it's wildly entertaining. And the main event is Tetsuya Naito versus the greatest wrestler of all time, Minoru Suzuki.
Isn't?
Then
it's in Hiroshima or the
Okada Tanahashi. That's the next weekend.
Is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's Destruction in. I'm sorry, I can't remember what city it's in.
Fukuoka? No, it's not Fukuoka.
It's. I can look, but it's the
Destruction somewhere in Japan.
Yeah.
That's what we'll call
It's a
it.
week from Saturday.
Okay.
And that'll be great because those guys always put on great matches.
So we have like 3 different matches that it's supposed to be Tanahashi defending his
contract.
shot. Yeah. You think he's gonna lose it?
No. Have they ever done that?
I don't think so.
I don't think so
But
either.
I don't.
It's too soon for Omega Okada to happen again because Okada's doing his whole balloon Okada thing.
So who
needs to culminate before he gets another title shot.
Who is challenging Tanahashi? Is him?
And then did anybody else? Who beat him in the G1?
No, it was 2.
It was Jay White beat him in the G1, right? Was it Jay White?
It was 2 different people that beat him in one draw.
Well, no, one person beat him, and then Okada was the draw.
Well, that's it.
Yeah.
He only has 2.
Yeah.
Was it Jay White?
I thought it was Jay White.
Or was it Naito?
Maybe I don't remember.
Anyway, so I'm thinking
because they have this contract defense, and then there's King of Pro Wrestling in about a month.
Yeah. Which is the second contract defense.
Yeah.
If he wins this one.
Yeah, which he will.
I'm just trying to keep it.
No,
like,
I know.
Oh,
Suspense, I know.
Yeah. You think he might lose it? Here's the thing. I don't see. Even though the match is gonna be great, I don't see Tanahashi versus Omega being.
Oh, a Wrestle Kingdom main event?
Yeah.
I know, I thought that too. Yeah, I don't know.
I just don't see it. Like I don't see the appeal of, because even though Tanahashi's really, really good,
yeah,
he's not Okada good.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
I mean then again,
who is Okada good?
And Omega is so good that he might have a 7-star match with Tanahashi. Who knows?
Part of it I think is if this was Tanahashi like 4 years ago, that'd be a different story. He's a little beat up.
Yeah.
He doesn't move quite as well as he used to, but he's still a really good storyteller.
He is.
So,
he is.
And I kind of wonder too, like, to us, as you know, we watch New Japan's product, but we're not ensconced in it. If this match plays differently over there than it would to us.
And it's also 2 baby faces.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that. They don't seem to worry about that much either.
Technically, they don't, but Omega does a lot.
Yeah.
Like when Omega does his matches, there's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just don't see
their
that
heel face situation there seems fluid too, based on the feud.
Yes.
Because most of the, if not all the New Japan characters are just they're not larger than life. And
They're
WWE style.
them.
They're
them.
grounded characters turned up a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe. And they're all generally complex. So if for a particular feud, if someone needs to hew a little more to the heel side of the spectrum, it's totally within the realm of possibility because it's just the certain aspects of their personality they've established. Yeah, and it's all based on competition. So I don't think that's. I mean, for me, that wouldn't be a huge.
It wouldn't be a huge, but I just don't see Tanahashi Omega as a Wrestle Kingdom main event. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know, something. And you have Jericho because he has to. You have Jericho, Naito.
Yeah, that'll probably happen again.
That's probably gonna be at Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah. I was kind of hoping we get Jericho and Okada. I think that'd be awesome. But Naito needs his redemption story, so he needs to beat Jericho. I agree.
Isn't this weekend Cody versus Juice?
No, that's at the next Long Beach show.
Oh, that's the Long Beach show.
30th.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I just don't see Omega Tanahashi being that.
Well, if that's the case, then it would definitely. I mean, Jay White he improved a ton during the G1 tournament. He was great. He was a standout for that. But if it was Jay White that beat Tanahashi, they're not going to do Omega Jay White as the main event of Wrestle Kingdom. That's a certainty.
Yeah, that is true as well.
And it feels too soon to do Okada getting another title shot because it seems like he's going through his own character stuff now. That needs to culminate with the title opportunity.
I don't know.
So just by process elimination, it seems like it's going to have to be Tanahashi.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. The way I'm thinking is that New Japan is doing this whole expansion thing, and if they want to keep this momentum, they need to have a stellar Wrestle Kingdom. And I don't know if Omega versus Tanahashi has the worldwide.
Here's a story. Here's a story they might roll with, and it might play into what you're talking about. Tanahashi he's part of the previous. He was one of the guys that brought New Japan kind of back from the abyss.
Yeah, the previous era.
Yeah. I mean, like for a while they were not doing well. Tanahashi, him and Nakamura came around, helped revive the company. But now he's getting on there in years. So Omega can step into this. It's like, hey, you brought this company back. It's my time to take this company forward even further than you ever did. And Tanahashi be like, go Ace. No way.
Yeah.
Love and energy to you, Kenny, but
that's it.
but I can do it too. That could be the nature of the story.
The dynamic,
between them.
yeah. Okay. I'll take it.
I'm just guessing though.
Okay.
Just guessing. Anyways, should be some great matches. Check it out this weekend. Number 4.
4.
That's good.
Yeah,
we talked about this on Monday's show. Vince loves Andrade Cien Almas. Who doesn't? El Idolo is fantastic.
Vince has discovered America. There's a thing. There's a piece of land that's America, and Vince just discovered it.
Well, I think he needs to discover NXT, because if he'd been watching NXT, he would know that Andrade Almas has been awesome for a long time. This is from
Water is Wet again.
Yeah, sky is blue. From Fightful, quote, Fightful spoke to multiple people backstage at WWE about Almas, and apparently he's endeared himself to many in control of his fate on the show. Fightful then adds that Almas has impressed several WWE officials, including Vince, based on his work with AJ Styles, which then led to a feud against Daniel Bryan. Fightful also mentions, quote, there is already an incredible amount of trust put into Almas, even though he could barely get on television his first couple months on the roster. They continue that in the case of Almas, he was put in a spot where he wasn't expected to shine the way he did, and it made an impression, and that's typically the way that McMahon ends up taking notice of people who come from NXT as opposed to actually watching NXT, apparently.
So let me see if I understand this correctly. A world-class athlete gets put in a competition against one of the best wrestlers in the world, and he was not expected to shine.
I guess maybe not to the degree in which he did. I don't know. The math on it seems a little weird, but it's also
fantastic.
Vince. Oh, he's great. And again, if Vince is also the guy who was watching stuff at Gorilla Position, Raven comes out and he says, "Oh, we signed Scotty Polo." So he's not exactly in tune to the comings and goings of his roster members.
Oh God, he is.
He's a little out of touch at times.
Gotta love him.
He's out of touch at times.
Gotta love him. Love him.
Nonetheless, it's great that whether he's late to the party or not, Vince appreciates the work.
At least he got to the party.
Exactly, of El Idolo. Another bit of information that's come up during the week. Joe Pisek, I still know how to pronounce his name, of Barn Burner Fired Up podcast, said that Almas might actually be a player to win the Rumble, according to him. This is what he had to say. Quote, Vince McMahon is in love with them, Almas and Zelina Vega. Expect huge things. I have even heard a rumor that Vince may even make Andrade Cien Almas win the Royal Rumble. Now, if this is Royal Rumble 2020, I would say I totally find that believable. Just with so much going on now between the Shield reunion, whether that's going to lead to a triple threat main event Mania. Daniel Bryan Miz, you got AJ with the belt now. How is that going to play into the title scene? And then you always hear rumors of The Rock taking on Reigns at Mania. It just seems like there might be too much going on the top of the card to make it happen this year, as great as it would be. It'd be kind of, like something out of left field, the long shot winning the Rumble, which I can't remember the last time that's happened, but I just don't know if he's established enough for the crowd to really get into it. I would love it because Almas is fantastic.
Well, the thing is this. Royal Rumble is, Royal Rumble, SummerSlam, Survivor Series, WrestleMania. It brings a very different crowd.
And the name alone brings a crowd, yes. Yes.
And it brings a lot of marks. Just call it what it is. It brings a lot of like the fan, which are a lot of people that know how good he is.
Yeah.
The Rock doesn't need a Royal Rumble victory
No.
to challenge Reigns.
No.
A triple threat of the Shield at Mania does not require
The Rumble, no.
a Rumble.
No, not at all.
Miz versus Daniel Bryan does not require a Rumble. The only thing that kind of sort of needs a Rumble victory for it to happen is Almas winning the Rumble in order to challenge for the belt. I think that's the only one thing that really needs it. So I could see it happening and kind of being a out of left field type of way.
Yeah. They better get started on establishing him as a dominant force than like yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, he just picked up a win against R-Truth on SmackDown this past week, and R-Truth had a heck of a showing and a win over Miz the previous week. But he's going to have to take on the entirety of what little mid card there is on SmackDown and defeat them all.
And there's time.
There's
and then
4
again,
months.
This is WWE and this is SmackDown.
Yeah,
which gave the belt to Jinder Mahal.
And I know
in a 2-week push.
The WWE titles will be defended in the middle of the card on WrestleMania. I know. It's like the third most prestigious belt. It's treated as the third most prestigious belt.
And again, this is the belt that was given to Jinder Mahal on a 2-week push.
I know.
So.
I know.
Is it possible?
It's entirely possible.
But yeah, and apparently Vince hugged Selena Vega backstage, and she had some sort of interview about it. Apparently it was a huge thing. I didn't see it. I just saw like there was this
they did a video about her and I'm sorry, I don't remember the context. It was involving 9/11.
Okay, so I was like, oh okay.
So I saw the video. I didn't have a chance to watch it yet, but yeah, something
like that. Anyway, all right, moving on.
Yeah, speaking of SmackDown, do you think Becky Lynch can beat Charlotte? Do you think it could happen? Is it going to happen? Or you hope it's going to happen?
I hope it happens. I don't think they will do it. Mainly because of Evolution.
Yeah, it seems like that might be the most likely place. It seems too soon in the feud for Becky to get what she wants. I feel like she needs to fight. It seems like she needs to fight for it a bit more.
Yeah. I mean, she's been fighting for it
for I know.
A year. But
I think she's got to reach like peak struggle before.
I heard the whole double turn thing, and it would make sense because if they do the double turn, then basically Becky can be like, hey, I told you this is what happened.
Yeah.
And it would give her that vindication.
It would. My worry, the path they're going on now is good because both their motivations make total sense. No one's necessarily in the wrong. No one's necessarily in the right. They're just two people that have complex feelings about their friendship, each other, and what they do for a living. And I think that's far more interesting than forcing a strong...
That I hate you.
Yeah, it's unnecessary. And then just let the story play out as these two complex characters and let the fans decide who they want to cheer for. It happens so rarely in WWE, and I don't know. I just hope that they would see, okay, we can actually tell storylines that aren't super simplistic, We can't, like, the bad guy doesn't have to necessarily be super bad, Not everybody has to be Tommaso Ciampa.
Because that way, when someone like Tommaso Ciampa comes along,
it makes it all the more impressive. I know, snatching signs from kids in the crowd and stuff.
So, I heard something, and I was like, So, the last couple of years, how many Hell in a Cell matches have been at the pay-per-views?
Usually like 2 or 3.
Right? Usually 3?
Yeah.
How many are there scheduled for this year?
2.
Okay. What do you think about... They come out for their match. Paige comes out.
Makes it a Hell in a Cell match.
Yep. This is getting too heavy. Bring that down.
How about this? I'll do you one better.
Bring it down.
They do the match, and it's brutal, and it ends in like some sort of double count out something. And Paige says, we can't let it end this way. Lower the cell.
Yes, it would be great, but it's not going to happen, and I'll tell you why that's not going to happen. That would entitle that match being at least 20 minutes long, and they're not getting that much time.
There's only 8 matches on the card, though.
Yeah, but even though there's a women's revolution or a women's evolution happening, they're not going to give them 25 minutes.
If it's not, you might be right if it's not their blow-off. Their blow-off should get 20 minutes.
But it won't.
It should, though.
I'm with you.
Didn't Charlotte versus Asuka get over 20 minutes of Mania?
I don't think so.
It was pretty long. Maybe I'm imagining things, but I thought that was a relatively long match.
I don't think.
Was it 34? For some reason I thought that went long.
Let's see, because I don't.
13.
Yeah.
Wow, I was way off.
Yeah, you were way off.
It was a good match, though.
That's fine, but I don't think any of them are getting more than 20 minutes.
That's a bummer.
female matches.
That's a
it's
bummer.
not. It's not gonna happen.
Should happen though.
So, and again, if you do that, then you can have a 12-minute match that is very intense, and they do their shticks, and that's it.
Oh, this is another thing I thought. For the blow off, if they don't do it at Evolution, TLC, have them in a ladder match.
They're not having TLC this year.
Yeah, they are. It's in San Jose.
Really?
It was gonna be Clash of Champions, and they rebranded it. Yeah.
Oh, so it's gonna. So there's no Clash of Champions, and now there's TLC.
It's gonna be in San Jose. We should go.
What
You and
what
me.
day?
I'm not saying you and me and Steve. Just you and me should go.
What day is that?
I don't remember.
Someday in December?
like 16th. or
Okay.
something, I'm guessing.
We'll figure it out. But a ladder match. We've had a women's ladder match. Because we have Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
We've had a tables match.
Yeah. Had Hell in
We
a Cell.
haven't had a TLC.
I don't think so.
So there you
Could
go.
be a TLC. That'd be cool.
There you go.
So-
Because remember, history
Yes.
of making matches
Yes.
and
And have-
breaking barriers
and have it be the main event.
evolutions and
But that would deserve being a main event if they. did
oh
the story
yeah,
right,
that one,
for
yeah,
sure.
that one definitely.
SmackDown recap. Here we go. Jeff Hardy defeated Shinsuke Nakamura by DQ after Randall Orton interfered. Jeff Hardy, though, stood tall. Orton ate a twist of fate and a swanton. Did you see any of this? AJ Styles did a pretty good empty arena promo sitting on the ring steps. He had one foot up.
Yeah, I saw they did a.
Yeah, the single
dramatic-
shot.
yeah.
Yeah, it was good. It was really well done. Charlotte defeated Sonya Deville, and then afterwards, Becky, disguised, jumps out of the crowd and attacks Charlotte, puts in the disarmor.
Taking a page out of Jericho's book.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Then we had story time with Samoa Joe. That was awesome.
Come here, kids.
It was so good. He's so good. Rusev Day defeated Thiebaud, become new #1 contender for SmackDown Tag Team titles. They will take on New Day at Hell in a Cell. That should be awesome.
Are they winning?
No. Andrade Almas. What? What'd you give me that look for?
Oh no, I'm just.
All right. No, I don't think so. New Day just got those belts.
Okay.
Andrade Almas defeats R-Truth with a roll-up. This is really awkward Asuka interview.
I heard about it.
Like, why? She's like one of the best wrestlers in the company, and they can't do anything right with her creative. It's irritating. She's so good. She's so amazing. As we saw in NXT.
Because you said it. She's one of the best what?
Wrestlers.
There you go. She's not an entertainer.
But she's entertaining. Like, her matches are really good and entertaining, and she's...
But she's not an entertainer.
I guess I
She
see
is
what
a
you mean.
wrestler.
I see what you mean.
And her English is not very good looking. So that hurts.
All right.
Her English is not so crisp. So
Main event, such as it was. Saw Brie Bella go over Maurice by DQ. This match is going to happen at Evolution for sure. And it'll actually happen. Brie and Daniel Bryan stood tall. However, I think they will still win at Hell in a Cell.
Brie mode.
Brie mode! You want to talk about Raw?
Raw.
Number 2. Raw. So the Shield, Dolphin, Drew stuff, and Braun. Do you think this makes Braun look weak? That he has the entire heel locker room at his disposal,
it
whereas
makes no
before
sense.
he could just destroy anything on his own.
It makes no sense.
Yeah, I mean, Steve looks at it. He's being positive about it, and he says, "Well, it adds extra dimension to Braun because they're showing a new facet, evil mastermind." But at the same time, I just feel like if he's
when did that? You know what I mean? Like how?
yeah,
He literally went from throwing Kevin Owens off the top of the cell, of the cage,
yeah,
to now I'm an evil mastermind that has the whole locker room. Like, I could understand if it was that he had some people or the locker room intimidated.
yeah, but
Like,
they haven't shown any of that. I know.
If it was a physical intimidation, then it would make sense.
Yes.
Especially if he doesn't have KO.
Yeah.
Because he could say, you saw what I did to that guy? I'll do it to you.
Yeah,
so you either
it definitely
come
makes
out.
no sense.
If it's a physical intimidation, I'm a bully, I'm a big guy, and I'm telling you what to do, great. But what?
Yeah, and Kevin Owens is out there too around the ring. That makes zero sense.
After he quit and then he came back.
After, as you mentioned, Braun threw him off the top of a cage. Doesn't make any sense. Why would Owens want to help him? Doesn't make any sense. Yeah, there's lots of leaps. A couple weeks ago, like Baron said, "Hey, locker room, come out to break up this fight," and Finn Balor runs out. It's like, why would Finn listen to a single word Baron has to say? He wouldn't. It boggles the mind. Anyways, there was this great segment between Elias and Mick Foley. Foley can still drop an awesome promo.
He's amazing.
He is amazing. Talking about his 20-year anniversary of him getting tossed off Hell in a Cell. Talked about the dangers of Hell in a Cell, but then said, he didn't want this Hell in a Cell to go by without him being involved. Stephanie has made him special guest referee for this match. Not sure if he will get involved. I kind of hope not. I hope they just he calls it right down the middle, because then you get to this thing about if he's going to help someone, it seems like, if he's going to help someone to try to give Reigns a bit of a rub, that's probably not going to go over very well. If he helps Strowman, then you have to explain why.
So I think Foley's there to call it down the middle. Reigns wins, and then Strowman's gonna throw him off the cell, or at least tease the whole throw him off, and Shield making the save, or I would say Shield, and then just let it. Kind of like, hey, and then Foley gives the mandible claw, like
to Braun.
And then that's it. I think that would be that's why he's there. There's no reason for him to be there.
No, well, apparently he's got some one-man show that's gonna be on the network right after.
Yeah, but kayfabe.
Oh yeah.
Kayfabe reason
no,
for him to be there. There's no reason.
No real reason. No.
So it would be at least tease it's a 20-year anniversary.
Yeah.
So at least he's
he's doing the DDP yoga now. He looks like he's in pretty decent shape. I hope he doesn't take any bumps. Just no bumps, Mick. Please, no bumps. No bumps. I can't handle him taking a bump. I can't handle it.
I can't handle a lot of people taking bumps.
No, not really. I'm kind of squeamish about that stuff now. Run down the show. Show opened with Dolph and Drew and Braun dropping a promo, and the Shield came out of the crowd with axe handles. No axes on them, but just the started beating everybody up.
They left the most important part of an axe at home.
The actual smart. Axe, yeah. Nikki Bella over at Ruby Riott.
Just move on.
Authors of Pain defeated Ronnie Ace and Nathan Bradley. What do you think of Drake Maverick as Authors of Pain manager?
I find it very weird. I love that he's playing along with it.
On 205 Live?
No, on Twitter. Did you see the banner picture?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so there's a picture from the first day, because people were making fun of the fact that he's like super short.
Yeah.
So there's a picture of them three together that WWE took. So he made a banner for his Twitter handle, but he cut, and it's AOP's heads, and then all you see in the middle is like this much of his head.
Funny. That's pretty funny.
Right there.
That's pretty good.
And he did it just to just to spice people.
He seems to have a good sense of humor about it. I don't mind the them being put together. Just the outfit. Just put him in a suit or something. He looks kind of silly in the Authors of Pain gear.
Authors of Pain cosplay.
Yeah, pretty much. Looks like a Halloween costume. Triple H dropped the promo hyping his match against Undertaker at Super Showdown. Saying, Undertaker, now you made it personal. I don't respect you anymore. I'm going to put you down. Dolph and Drew successfully defended their Raw tag team titles, defeating B-Team. Back to the tag division mid-card for B-Team, it seems like. Shield come out to the ring. Backstage, Corbin says, hey, Shield, you weren't supposed to be here. I told you that if you were here, you were going to be arrested and lose all your titles. And then Seth and Dean said, actually, sorry, it was just Dean and Seth came to the ring for the B-Team Dolph Drew thing. And then they said, we're not the Shield. We're just Seth and Dean. And they said, by the way, you filed the incorrect or a false police report. Here's the sheriff's here from New Orleans ready to take you off to jail. And Baron says, hold on, let's talk about this, and then let's work this all out. So Dean and the sheriff go to the hallway. You see the sheriff's name tag. It says G. Ambrose. Gene Ambrose. Wouldn't that be funny if that was his name? And anyway, Seth comes out. He's delighted. He's excited. Turns out they get a Raw tag team title shot at Hell in a Cell against Dolph and Drew, which they're probably going to lose. Next, Kevin Owens absolutely destroyed Tyler Breeze. He gets on the mic and said, yeah, I quit. But Baron Corbin says, I respect and value your talent. Come back. You can operate with impunity here on Raw. Do whatever you want. Just do whatever you want.
Again, makes no sense.
Not
But
really.
okay.
I was kind of hoping he'd just quit and just show up and with no explanation for it. That would have been funny.
Yeah, but just let him be home for like at least a month, not 1 week.
Yeah, let him reopen that Pro Wrestling Tee shop, making that Pro Wrestling Tees money.
All right.
Next, Bob Roode and Chad Gable, perhaps the most awkward tag team in a long time, beat the Ascension. I'm just hoping this all leads to a Bob Roode heel turn, because Chad Gable is like really being super irritating with this whole thing.
But here's the thing: against Gable,
I know. That's what I thought too. Like pair him pair Bob Roode up with Bobby Lashley. I know you can't do Bobby Lashley impersonating Bob Roode.
Yeah.
But the turns would be more impactful if this gets the main event player. I said the same thing.
Gable was not even on TV.
I know. I like Chad Gable. I think he's great.
He's great, but he wasn't on TV.
Yeah. Ronda Rousey and Natalya defeated Alexa Bliss, Mickie James. Mickie James tapped out to an armbar courtesy of Ronda Rousey, and then Alexa Bliss kicked her in the ribs. Cheap shot.
Yeah, just to give her a little bit of heat for the match.
Which she's going to lose.
Yeah, but it's not going to be a 1 minute thing.
No.
Now he has a little bit of ribs.
Yeah. Yeah. Finn Balor defeated Elias. With Leo Rush was on Raw. Apparently he's going to be the Bobby Lashley's new motivator in a really fun segment. Did you see it?
I did not. I mean,
great.
I saw like snips of it.
Yeah.
Leo looks even smaller.
Oh, he's small. Because Bob Lashley's
is huge, and then Leo looks like this big on the picture. I don't understand it. That's my problem with wrestling today. If I don't understand it, I don't. My
like
tiny little brain is
just. Well, you can't view it as in how it makes sense story wise, because it wasn't a story. Well, I guess partially because who was it? Meltzer, I think, said they're having managers again now to help people that are kind of floundering. Which since they brought Lashley and they haven't done anything with them, but like why not just have decent creative for these people? I didn't watch what Lashley was doing Impact before he left, but Steve said it was great and he can comport himself very well on the mic if he's given good material.
I'm gonna give you a really, really crazy idea.
All right.
Let them wrestle.
Well, that's the thing too. No, I agree.
Like,
that's
you don't have creative. You don't need creative.
Well, here's the thing. You look at SmackDown. Why is the show generally more entertaining, apart from the fact that it's only 2 hours? It's primarily focused on competition, and things are generally settled in the ring. That doesn't happen as much on Raw.
All In was a great show, and how much story went into it?
Well, every match.
But like...
Yeah. Larger narrative. Very little.
Besides all this Rhodes.
Well, and Flip Gordon winning the Battle Royal and getting that title shot.
But it was like... The 6-man tag team match was a 6-man tag team match.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there was some story behind it, but it wasn't.
They were telling the stories of the matches in the ring.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And that's my thing. Like, just freaking let them wrestle.
I understand. I agree with you. That's why New Japan's so great, because most of the story's told in the ring.
Yeah.
The main event segment saw Braun call out Reigns. Reigns came down to the stage. Braun ran up. It all ended in Braun getting Samoa dropped through the stage. Reigns stood tall, but he's still winning at Hell in a Cell. Speaking of which, number one, Hell in a Cell preview. Here's the card.
Bree mode.
Yeah, you make your picks as we run these down. First, Bree mode. And Daniel Bryan taking on Miz and Maurice.
Miz and Maurice.
All right. Dolph and Drew defending the Raw Tag Team titles against Seth and Dean.
D&D.
Good call. Jeff Hardy taking on Randall Orton in Hell in a Cell.
Randall.
Yep. Charlotte versus Becky Lynch.
No contest.
Interesting. New Day versus Rusev Day.
I want to say Rusev Day.
Interesting. AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe.
Joe by DQ.
Okay. Ronda Rousey versus Alexa Bliss. It's Ronda.
Rousey.
And then Roman versus Braun in Hell in a Cell.
I would like to say Braun, because I don't think they're going to have 2 Money in the Bank winners lose in a row. Their cash-ins.
Oh, you mean on the men's side?
Yeah, on the men's side.
Yeah.
I don't think they want to draw themselves into that hole. But I think Roman winning, like, just won the belt. So I think with Roman and Braun, I think they're gonna do what they did with Charlotte and Sasha.
Oh, trade the belt a few times. That's interesting.
Give them to Braun now.
At Super Showdown,
then
have
Super
another match.
Showdown, yeah, and then at Saudi Arabia, just kind of have boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
and I think that would work for them.
I think it would too. They just don't do that very much anymore.
They don't, but again, since they had the belt basically frozen for the better part of a year
and a half, yeah.
Actually, yeah, it was like a year and a half. So I think now having a couple of trade-offs here and there.
If it works for storyline, makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree. That'd be great.
So I'm going to go crazy and say Braun.
All right. Hey,
say
man, that's
Braun.
viable. It's a viable pick. It's a good pick. I picked Roman, but we can agree to disagree. It's totally fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I mean, it's probably going to be Roman.
I mean, when in doubt.
But exactly, pretty much. Just never bet,
Roman wins.
never bet against Roman Reigns.
No.
But
unless he's taking on Brock Lesnar. Oh, shoot.
But yeah, I want to say Braun.
Okay.
I want to say Braun.
I'd be happy. I like Braun a lot. I think it'd be great. A lot of fun.
Yeah.
Surprising. Well, thank you, Adam Mayhem, for joining us today, or me today. There's no Steve here.
Yeah. But us, the office and all the people, because you don't see this, but there's a lot of people working backstage. Dude.
We can't afford anybody.
Kayfabe.
Can't
There's
afford
a
anybody.
lot of people around here. So you don't see it, but there's a
Here's
lot
the
of
thing,
people
though.
working
If people were here, then how could we explain what a rickety situation this whole thing is? It's like barely hanging on. Look at it, all this. You know, we got this whiteboard as our lone prop for a show. It's a ramshackle operation here.
because we're trying to keep it close to our roots. You know, we don't,
Yeah, and by that, Steve and I do everything.
I don't want to get too big. But yeah, no. Thank you for having me. It's been a lot of fun. I'm glad you got rid of Luchando. He's an imposter.
I have a trophy.
Yeah, you have that trophy right there. So just don't bring him back, and just change the lock so Steve cannot come in here anymore. And that's it.
I'll think about it. I have a weekend to think about it.
There you go.
All right.
Easy.
Enjoy yourself
Thank you
in
very
Arizona.
much.
Is it for this?
No.
Okay.
No. This is staying this weekend.
Okay. Well, you got it anyway.
Yeah,
You'll be fine.
yeah.
You're fine. You'll win.
Oh God.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine.
But yeah, thank you for having me. It's been fun, and I know a lot of people are gonna be really happy to see me here. So,
You know, maybe through our conversation the last hour or so, you've won some people over.
sure.
If I was on the fence, you would have won me over.
Oh, thank you.
But I'm
thank
nowhere
you.
near a
Thank you.
fence
No,
right
it's
now.
like-
I'm firmly in Camp Mayhem.
Good.
Yes.
I need a little bit more money, but we'll talk about that later. Yeah.
All right. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you later.
Bye.